Hey everybody, it's Suzanne. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all of you. It's holiday season's fast upon us here, which is so exciting. And this week we wanted to feature an awesome Bedford resident and mom, and somebody a lot of you know from around town. She's super involved, has a great family, great dog too. I know your dog. Her name is Sarah Scoville. So today we are here at the Umbrella Arts building over in Concord, which is just absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to touch upon that as well. But Sarah is an artist, and she has a great website called simplysarahart.com, so you can check her out on there. And she's going to tell us a little bit about what she does, who she is, and all the different ways that she's spreading the love of art and giving other people an opportunity to get involved with that. So we'll introduce Miss Sarah right now. So tell us a little bit about you and your business and what makes it special.
Great, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I make my own art and I teach a lot of art classes. Basically, I'm a printmaker and a fiber artist.
Cool.
So I have stuff on the website that you can purchase, but my main thing is teaching classes. I teach at the Bedford Rec Department and through the umbrella here, and also do drawing tutoring.
Cool.
I call myself a freelance art teacher, which has been really fun.
That's awesome.
To put it all together and to meet different people and teach different ages. So it's been really, really fun.
And what inspired you to A, get into art in the first place, and then B, to start being a freelance teacher?
I declared at about 5 years old to my parents that I was going to be an artist. It was sort of and it's just, I've never strayed.
I love that.
Yeah.
Lifelong passion.
Yeah, I grew up outside of Providence, and it was right sort of in the shadow of RISD, the Rhode Island School of Design, and that was huge. I went to art school for college, which was really cool and weird and awesome.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to college in Baltimore, the Maryland Institute College of Art.
Oh, cool.
Which
Nice.
was fun. And I taught photography for about 10 years in high school. In Boston, outside of Boston, and Chestnut Hill. And then I had kids, and I wanted to step back a little bit, and did a lot of making my own artwork, and got really involved in community organizing, which is a whole other conversation. And then a friend of mine came to me and said, these random professional development days for teachers, where the families just really need childcare, and there's a lot of sports opportunities and different, but not any art. So I reached out to the rec department in Bedford, and I was like, could I just run a sort of a 9 to 4 type, like, just have fun with art, and that's sort of how it started.
All the parents are like, yes, something great and constructive for their kids to do that they'll enjoy as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's how it started, and then the ball, it's sort of a big snowball, just got bigger and bigger, and I've been doing classes at all the elementary schools in Bedford. I'm starting a middle school art class.
I saw, that's great.
Which will be exciting, and then have been working here and doing different. The Umbrella's been great. I work with preschools. I'm sort of like the guest artist that comes in once a month that they've partnered up with. I teach adults. I'm going to teach an after-school class in Concord as well.
Yeah, tell us about that. You were saying that in Concord, Tuesday instead of Wednesday in Bedford is the shorter day. So you had a brilliant idea to have a class at the Umbrella here, which is in walking distance of the Alcott School. So win-win.
Yeah, all of my kids' classes are mixed media, so each class we do something different and fun.
That's
my priority is to get messy. I feel like kids these days don't get messy.
And it's nice. I love when kids get messy, but not in my kitchen.
Exactly,
So it's nice that they have a safe venue to do that, and that you encourage that. I love that, because our biggest concern, I think, as parents right now is that our kids are addicted to their phones, and we're really the first generation that's facing this, front and center. So giving them other avenues to, be creative, not on technology is really smart.
Open-ended. That's another thing. It's everything, especially on the computers, it's sort of a process, like step 1, 2, 3. But most of my projects are like, here's a whole bunch of supplies. we're going to make a sculpture and then wrap it up with this really messy paper mache. So like
And
it's
everyone's different. Like they're not.
Everyone's
It's not like
different.
you're like, oh, here's step 1 through 5. We're all going to make the same exact thing. They get
Yeah.
to interpret it how they see.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
very
really
important,
cool.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So-
So, what do you love most about the day to day with it?
I love the kids. Like I have these sort of this fan club that take the classes over and over
Aw,
again.
that's
That
awesome.
are super cute.
Super fans.
Super fans.
Love it.
Yeah, simply Sarah Art super fans. So they're
awesome.
great, and they and I sometimes do the similar projects. I don't do all the same, but sometimes they repeat the big hits each session, and they just roll with it. They love it. So that's really
awesome.
great. And I mentioned before I partner with the Umbrella and a preschool in Concord. And I go in once a month, and I'm just like the super cool celebrity artist.
Yeah,
And
it's
they're so excited to see me.
Which preschool?
The Mill Dam.
Oh, sure. Oh, I've got a lot of clients in the Mill Dam. That's a
Yeah,
great,
that's
great
a
school.
great-
So
yeah, they're-
that's awesome.
They're really sweet kids. And
Yeah,
families
that's
and very
it's a
supportive.
great school. I should
Yeah.
introduce you because my kids went to Concord Children's Center, and it
Yeah.
has a huge place in our heart. So
Yeah.
I should introduce you over there because they
Yeah.
would love it too. So,
Yeah.
what's something else exciting that's coming up in your business for 2020? What type of any other new programs you're launching or initiatives?
More of the same. I'm making sort of different. This is like a big Christmas push too. Like I'm making
This.
these are upcycled mittens.
Oh, cool.
They're out of old sweaters, and I line them with fleece.
So warm.
So these are on my website as well. And I'm hoping this is like my artwork. I don't know if you can see the glare, but I do make printmaking, and this is a sort of something I love. And it's a tricky to try to get into shows and galleries and get the word out about it. That's like the one thing that I really want to invest in 2020 is more of that.
And it would be great. I know there's a great art community in Bedford, but we don't have. And actually, this could be a good segue into. I'd like Sarah to tell us a little bit about this Umbrella building right in Concord Center, because I have never been inside, and the space is amazing. So let's think too about how we can look at these other communities and what they're doing with art and bringing art to their communities, and how we could do that in Bedford, because I know
Yeah.
there's a super active community, but we don't have a space like this. So maybe speak to that a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, the Umbrella is this great building. It's been around for I don't know. I think it's been around for a while. They've housed in an old elementary school, so that's most of the building. There are art studios. There's a huge ceramics program, and then in the last year and a half, they've put on this whole big renovation and addition, which pushes out the back of it. There's a huge state-of-the-art theater. There are 2 art theaters, one with fixed seating and a traditional stage, and then a black box theater upstairs, and then a bunch of new classrooms, and there's like a dance studio.
So cool. And they do
then again-
shows, right? They do shows, and they had the winter. What do they call it? The open studios,
Yeah,
right?
all the artists are back and working. Many of them for years and years, and it's a great, and they put on these big productions. So
It's so neat, and it's
so
neat
yeah.
to see the different types of art come together. So instead
Yeah.
of, just one vernacular, it's like you're getting the productions, and you have the stage, and
Yeah.
there's a space for everybody, no matter what you're into.
Yeah.
And it's literally right downtown. So
yeah. It's
Bedford,
right
where
near-
can we?
I know.
Where can we put a space like this?
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. I love hearing about that. And anything else that you'd want to share with us? Like, what's your life like in Bedford? Like, what do you and Bob and the kids like to do? Any awesome hiking spots you can tell us about, or what?
Sure.
Yeah.
We love being outside. We live near Fawn Lake. That's a great thing. My husband and I think he probably will rope Brian in this winter, but and a bunch of his friends when it freezes at some point, usually in February, and they love it. I love it too. It's just ice skating. You can just go out on your boots.
So pretty.
They rigged it up with lights and generators last winter, and had a fire
Nice.
pit out there. So that's our and then we use it year round. We walk the dog around it, and then behind we sort of sandwiched between two conservation
Yeah, great
properties,
spot.
which is really great. We can hike behind our house or across the street, and that's the big highlight of Bedford.
What do they call? Because I only the first time with Bob and the gang and you went to it's called Wilderness. What's the name of that?
Yeah,
conservation?
Wilderness Park.
Wilderness
that's
Park.
behind us, which like sort of goes all the way to the VA hospital,
And that was
then all the way over
gorgeous.
to Old Stagecoach.
Yeah,
you can
it's
access
huge.
it there. Yeah.
It's really huge. So that's
Yeah.
you're in a super spot. You're right. You've got
Yeah.
access to both of
And,
those.
yeah, I
which
mean,
is
I've
great.
I keep saying 3 young kids, but they're not young anymore. I have a 13-year-old, which is crazy.
Teenagerhood.
I know, and we love Bedford. We love the schools. We love how the elementary schools are split up, and we've been pleased with just the small town feel, and
Yeah.
we really love living there. We've been here about 10 years. So
Oh,
it's,
nice.
I
Yeah.
love
I remember when your house was on the market that you bought, actually. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're in that house. But no, Bedford it's my line is it's a small community with a big heart. Like, I feel like it does have so much to offer for a small town, and it just keeps getting better because there are people like you that are, you have a passion and you like to give back and you like to get people together, and that's just awesome. So. And then any last things, like I have some other questions like about an inspiration for you, or a book you're reading, or any other, things that you'd like to share with people before we sign off.
Sure. I sort of brought some stuff. This is a family friend of ours, Nancy Hemingway Barton, and she's inspired me a lot because she didn't really get going in her art career until her 50s and 60s.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like, I took a big break, but I'm just getting started. I'm excited about what the next,
Yeah, it's a whole new chapter and a whole
Yeah.
lifetime ahead of you. So that's
definitely.
really cool. And does she write books, or what's this publication?
She just had like a retrospective. She's a fiber artist, so she's does like all these really cool huge wall hangings.
Wow.
Like they're these cool. But she was based out of Maine,
So
like
cool.
Booth Bay area. But she's really cool. And yeah, I'm such a sucker, and this is what I do at the beginning of all my art classes, is I read a book, and it may have something to do with the art projects we're doing, but I'm
fun.
always collecting. I have an 8-year-old who's getting out of picture books, and I'm getting so sad. But I just bought this one this weekend. I'm like,
We're going to read it together.
I'm buying them for me now.
Yeah. Hey, I love how you tie it together to what you're doing, though.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
these were
fun.
Such sweet illustrations and such a silly book that I was like, I just.
And what's it
love.
called?
It's called Telephone. It's like these little birds playing that telephone
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
where
yeah.
they tell one person.
Oh, we
and
play that at dinner all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So it's.
That's
I
so
just
cute.
grabbed that because I just am drawn to that, and I feel like the kids. It centers the kids after school. I read them a story, and then I'm like, okay, now, and they have
Kind of like
I have their.
calms them
Yep,
down.
and then I have their captive attention. I'm like, this is the project we're going to do today. So
That's brilliant.
so it's good.
Tie
yeah.
it together. And then how about, was this a book that you read? Because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a huge book
Oh, good. This is
fan.
This is called the 57 bus. It's about a bus that drives all across Oakland, California, and it goes through all these different communities, and it's about what happens when the communities sort of collide.
Is it a true story or fiction?
It's a true story.
Oh, wow.
I love. This is meant for young adults, which I love because it's just so accessible.
Yeah, I'm actually reading The War I Finally Won, which is the sequel to The War That Saved Me.
Yeah.
And it's June read it, and then she's like, Mom, you should read this. It's really good. So that's been a whole new thing because she's 12
Yeah.
to be reading, sharing in what we're reading. It's been really exciting.
My
So
son
that's
and
cool.
I've been doing, I try to sort of get him peek into other worlds. I think our Bedford world is so awesome, but to get him to see into other worlds is important too.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Well, this is awesome. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you
Thanks
for
for
bringing us
having
into
me.
this amazing space. I just want to come and work here. There's so well, maybe Mal can pan around after, but there's a lot of just glass and huge ceilings, and it's just a very inspiring space. And you can walk to amazing restaurants and shops. And real quick too, I wanted to mention that you've done stuff at at Crafted. So
Yep.
Sue was our the first maker that we featured, and you did the up.
Yeah, I did look out for that in, I think, February. I'm going to do a workshop so you can make your own mittens.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
you can
awesome.
bring your own sweater that you have sentimental value.
So
or,
cool. Even if you can't sew like me, you can teach me.
yeah, I can
All right,
teach you.
I am in. That's so fun. So thank you again. So simplysarahart.com is a great place to find you and find all of your work and your classes, and then also through the umbrella and through the Bedford Rack. So
Yep.
thank you so much. This
Thank
has been
you.
awesome. Bye, guys.
Bye.